Tapos may database po. Good morning po.
Good morning.
Welcome to DPWH Sorsogon 2nd District Engineering Office, Payawing, Bulan, Sorsogon. Scheduled for today's opening of bids are the following. 24FL0049, construction of multipurpose building at Barangay A. Bonifacio, Bulan, Sorsogon. And 24FL0098, construction of multipurpose building at Barangay Bulawan, Prieto, Diaz, Sorsogon. Today is July 26, 2024, and present here are the following. Erwin S. Encidares, back Vice Chairman. Levi D. Pura Jr., back Member. Bernadette D. Laguna, Head TWG. Chloe F. Valeros, back Member. Leia E. Fontanares, back Member. Rebecca H. Ermino, back Secretariat. Nathaniel D. Alegre, back Secretariat. Maricel Isico, back Secretariat. Ruby Anyao, back Secretariat. And Rebecca D. Labalan, back Secretariat. Mr. Vice Chair, meron na po tayong quorum and wala po tayong representative from contractor.
Okay, good morning. Since a quorum was declared, as a Vice Chairman, I call this opening of bids to order.
So let's proceed and start opening of bids for contract ID 24FL0049 po. May we request the back secretariat to please retrieve the bids from the bid box. Contract name for 24FL0049 is construction of multipurpose building at Barangay A. Bonifacio, Bulan, Sorsogon with contract duration of 120 calendar days and an ABC of 4,950,000 pesos only. For this contract po, we have 12 bidders who submitted their bids manually and wala pong nag-submit through our electronic submission. Ito po ang kanilang bids, properly labeled, sealed, and signed. Prior din po sa pag-submit nila ng bids nila, ay chine-check na po ito ng ating back secretariat. May we request the back secretariat to please open their bids. And while opening their bids po, let me read out those bidders who submit manually po. First bidder, Bricks Construction and Supply from Pulang D. Albay. Number 2, ERJY Soto Construction Supply from Legazpi City. Number 3, Buildways Construction and Supply from Kamalig, Albay. Number 4, AJ 422 Construction at Legazpi City. Number 5, Tangent Construction from Santo Domingo, Albay. Number 6, Arcos Construction and Supply from Santo Domingo, Albay. Number 7, Kaila Construction Supply from Legazpi City. And number 8, QJ Construction from Legazpi City. Number 9, Samarina Construction from Daraga, Albay. Number 10, Magda Construction and Supply Incorporated from Daraga, Albay. Number 11, Brgy Construction from Legazpi City. Number 12, Billmore Construction and Supply from Legazpi City. Mr. Vice Chair. Ito na po ang kanilang technical component. May we request the back secretariat to please simultaneously process their eligibility requirements through our CWA while we are opening their technical proposal. First bidder for, okay na po bang checklist for INFRA? First bidder for 24 FL0049 is Tangent Construction. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract, signed. List and qualification of key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract. Let us reiterate lang po, DDO 118, the new DO po, number 118, series of 2024. That states po that only accredited project engineers may be assigned to DPWH project subject to the following limits. So for this contract, provisional project engineer po, at least provisional project engineer po. List of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification list. Project manager with affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. Project engineer with affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. Ang Lito B. Umali. We will check po if the listed or pledged project engineer is accredited with PRC, valid. Sorry. Kanina pala si nabasa ko si Umali project engineer. Pero yan ang kanya provisional project engineer. The provisional project engineer is Daniel D. Nayaan. We will check po kung kasali po siya sa database natin. NGA Nayaan. With attached valid PRC license. With attached report of rating. May attached na report of rating. Pa-check sa sa PT. Nayaan. Ito na Nayaan. Pero may attached pa siyang report of rating. Okay. Received. For materials engineer, we have Jerlan B. Bumanglag with attached valid PRC license with accreditation as materials engineer 1. Accreditation certificate valid. Foreman with attached affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, with attached ID. First aider with attached affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. Safety officer with attached affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, signed and notarized. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certifications of availability. Signed. List of minimum material testing equipment. Signed. With attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement. Signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements. Affidavit of site inspection. Integrity pledge. Next bidder for 24FL0049 is ERJY Soto Construction Supply. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractors organizational chart for the contract, signed. List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data. Statement of availability of key personnel. Project manager, safety officer with certificate of employment. Project manager with attached orientation. Attached training for safety officer. Project engineer, certificate of employment. Ryan Jose M. Ramirez. Let's check the attachment. With curriculum today. With attached valid PRC ID. And with attached report of rating. Okay. Accredited as PPE, provisional project engineer. For materials engineer, we have Lolito H. Baitan Jr. with attached valid PRC ID and accreditation identification card with certificate of accreditation as MP1. Ryan Ramirez. May report rating. For foreman with attached valid ID. List of contractors' minimum material testing equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. List of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. With attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements. Affidavit of site inspection, integrity pledge. Next bidder for 24FL0049 is QJ Construction. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractors organizational chart for the contract, signed. List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data. For project manager, with key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with attached valid ID. For project engineer, with key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. Project engineer is Froilan O. Conmigo with attached valid ID, PRC, with attached report of rating, accredited as DPE. For materials engineer, Gregel A. Bordeos, with attached affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, and certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1. With attached valid ID. Foreman's key foreman, okay na, affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with attached valid ID. Safety and health officer. List of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability, signed. With attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Affidavit of site inspection, construction methods. Next, we have AJ422 Construction. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract. Qualification of key personnel proposed to be assigned to the contract. List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data. For project manager. For project engineer, we have Aizon L. Susulan. Susulan. With attached valid PRC ID and with attached report of rating accredited as PPE or Provisional Project Engineer. For materials engineer, we have Irene D. Esquilador. Esquilador. With attached certificate of accreditation as Materials Engineer 1 and with accreditation identification card. Foreman with key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with attached valid ID. Same with safety officer with training and ID. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. With attached proof of ownership, with list of minimum material testing equipment and proof of ownership. Omnibus warrant statement. Signed and notarized. Affidavit of site inspection. Certification of availability of minimum material testing equipment, additional technical requirements, integrity pledge. Next bidder is Briggs Construction and Supply. PhilJets, Platinum Membership, PICAL. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Valid ideas. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract. Signed. Statement of availability of key personnel, signed. List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract, signed. For project manager, key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with attached valid ID. For project engineer, we have Bebiano Zay Cada, C-A-D-A, Cada. With attached valid PRC license and with attached report of rating accredited as PPE. Key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. For materials engineer, we have Norvin P. Aliniante with attached certificate of accreditation and accreditation identification card. Key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for foreman and construction safety and health officer. List of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. With attached proof of ownership. List of minimum material testing equipment units, proof of ownership. Omnibus warrant statement, signed and notarized. Integrity pledge. Next bidder is Skyla Construction Supply. PhilJets, organizational chart, bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract, signed. Qualification of key personnel proposed to the contract. List of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data signed. For project manager, with valid ID. For project engineer, we have Lilet B. Peñalba with certificate of employment with valid PRC license. Biodata, experience, provisional project engineer, certificate of employment is Aini Jane N. Nuevo with attached department order. Yan siya, 698.
D126.
126. Accredited as provisional project engineer. With attached valid PRC license. I need nuevo. Sorry, I need with work experience. Sino na to? Materials engineer, certificate of employment. Si Kyra Bolus Rodriguez with attached work experience. With attached accreditation identification card as materials engineer. With certificate of accreditation as ME1. Foreman certificate of employment. May this. Letter of nominee for construction safety and health officer with safety officer's certificate of employment, with training, work experience. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability, signed, with proof of ownership. List of minimum material testing equipment units, signed, with certification of availability and proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements. Build waste, construction and supply. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Organizational chart for the contract. Qualification of key personnel proposed to the assigned contract. List of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data. Project manager with valid ID. For project engineer, project engineer is Abraham A. Carpio, C-A-R-P-I-O, with valid PRC license. Accredited as PPE as per DO 127. Next is, for materials and engineer, we have Cheryl Rabahante, certificate of employee with attached valid ID, and certificate of accreditation as ME1. Valid. Safety officer. And for list of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. For minimum material testing, with attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements, affidavit of site inspection. Next is Samarina Construction, PhilJeps, bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract. Statement of availability of key personnel, qualification of key personnel. List of contractors' key personnel for the contract. For safety and health officer. Attached valid ID. Project manager. Key personal's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. Project engineer siya, Abelia. Si John R.D. A. Abelia. With attached valid PRC license. Safety and health training. Ay, wait lang. Ano pala ito? Project manager lang pala siya. Nakaslash kasi. Si Mr. Edu A. Alarba, ang project engineer. Edu A. Alarba, project engineer. With key personal's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, with attached valid PRC ID, and with attached report of rating. 1 to 8. Accredited as provisional PE. For materials engineer, we have Mr. Carlo B. Baloloy, with personal's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, with attached certificate of accreditation as ME1 and valid ID. Foreman, with personal's affidavit for safety and health officer. List of contractors, major construction equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability, including the minimum material testing equipment, with attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Next bidder is Magda Construction and Supply Incorporated. PhilJeps. Document membership. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract, signed. Statement of availability of key personnel. List of contractors' key personnel as assigned for the contract, signed. Letter of nominee for project manager, Reynaldo B. Magdarao, with attached valid ID and training certificate. For project engineer, we have Jonathan B. Manacho, project engineer, with attached affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, with attached report of rating, accredited as provisional project engineer with attached valid PRC license. For materials engineer, we have Jose M. De La Vega III with attached affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with attached certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1 and valid IPAS. Foreman's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. Safety and health officers affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with valid ID. Certification of availability of equipment. List of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. With attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Secretary's certificate, valid. Next bidder is Brgy Moon Construction. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract. List and qualification of key personnel proposed to the contract. Statement of availability of key personnel. Key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract for project manager. We have valid ID. For project engineer, we have Jeffrey O. Lumba with attached affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with valid PRC license. Ay, masarap pa siya. Provisional engineer, project engineer is Jen Jan Timbreza. With attached PRC license with report of rating, accredited as provisional project engineer. Okay, 1 to 7. For materials engineer, we have Marlon L. Rionico with attached valid ID and accreditation identification card as materials engineer, certificate of accreditation as NC1. Foreman's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with valid ID. Safety officer's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with valid ID. List of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. With attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements. Integrity pledge, affidavit of site inspection. Next is Binmore Construction and Supply. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract, signed. List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract and their qualification data. For project manager, with valid ID. For project engineer, for provisional project engineer, we have Ken Lloyd G. Arnoco with valid PRC ID with report of rating. Accredited as provisional project engineer. For materials engineer, we have Mark Eric M. Acorda with valid ID. with accreditation identification card and certificate of accreditation as Materials Engineer 1, 4 months affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, valid ID, safety and engineering officer with valid ID and certificate, first aider, list of contractors' major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certification of availability. Signed, with attached proof of ownership, omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized, additional technical requirements, affidavit of site inspection, integrity code. Last bidder for 24 FL0049 is Alpos Construction and Supply. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Organizational chart. List of contractors key personnel, signed. For project manager, key personnel's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with valid ID. For project engineer, for provisional project engineer, we have Faye Ann A. Santiago. With attached report of rating, accredited as provisional project engineer, with attached valid PRC ID. Materials engineer is Catherine Shane D. Yee. With attached PRC ID and materials ID with certificate of accreditation as Materials Engineer 1. 4 months affidavit of commitment to work on the contract with valid ID. First aiders affidavit with ID. And safety officers affidavit of commitment to work with training and ID. List of equipment, owned or list and or under purchase agreement pledged to the proposed contract, signed with proof of ownership, minimum material testing equipment, proof of ownership, omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized, additional technical requirements, affidavit of site inspection, integrity. Mr. Chair, we have finished opening their technical proposal for 24 FL0049, and I have here with me the result of their eligibility requirements processed through our Civil Works Application or CWA, and upon careful evaluation po, Mr. Chair, it was found that all 12 bidders passed their eligibility requirements.
Since all bidders passed the eligibility and technical requirements, proceed now to the opening of their financial proposal.
Mr. Vice Chair, let us proceed opening their financial proposal. First bidder, we have Tangent Construction. Bid 4. Bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. The amount is 4,886,249 pesos and 95 centavos. 4,886,249 with no offer discount. Next bidder, Brgy Soto Construction. Bid 4. Summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, and cash flow. Bid amount is 4,881,917 pesos and 63 centavos. 881,917 no offer discount. Next bidder is QJ Construction. Bid 4. Summary of bid prices, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. The amount is 4,894,049 pesos and 89 centavos. 4,904 with no offer discount. Next bidder is AJ422 Construction. Bid 4. Summary of bid prices, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,898,861 pesos and 21 centavos. Only with no offer discount. Next bidder, Briggs Construction and Supply. Bid 4. Summary of bid prices, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,891,050 pesos and 97 centavos only, with no offer discount. Next bidder, Kaila Construction Supply. Bid 4. Bill of quantities, summary of bid prices, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,851,004 pesos and 32 centavos with no offer discount. Next bidder is Buildways Construction and Supply. Bid 4. Bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,881,791 pesos and 91 centavos only, with no offer discount. Next bidder is Samarina Construction. Bid 4. Bill of quantities, summary of bid prices, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,891,096 pesos and 95 centavos only, with no offer discount. Next is Magda Construction and Supply. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,890,153 pesos and 27 centavos. With no offer discount. Next is Brgy Moon Construction. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, summary of bid prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,886,049 pesos and 83 centavos only. With no offer discount. Binmore Construction and Supply. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,886,149 pesos and 83 centavos. With no offer discount. Last bidder for 24 FL0049 is Alpos Construction and Supply. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 4,881,200 pesos and 69 centavos only, with no offer discount. Mr. Chair, we have finished opening the bids for 24 FL0049, and let us proceed to 24 FL0098. May we request the Bank Secretariat to please retrieve the bids from the bid box. For 24 FL0098, we have 12 bidders who submitted their bids manually and wala pong nag-submit through our electronic submission. 24 FL0098, construction of multi-purpose building, Barangay Bulawan, Prieto, Diaz, Sorsogon, with an ABC of 8,415,000 pesos only, with contract duration of 150 calendar days. May we request the Bank Secretariat to please open their bids. And while opening their bids, let me read out those bidders who submitted for 24 FL0098 manually. Kaila Construction Supply from Legazpi City. Brgy Sorsogon Construction Supply from Legazpi City. Number 3, Brgy Construction and Supply. Number 4, Tangent Construction. Number 5, Alpos Construction and Supply. Number 6, PJ for Prieto Construction. Number 7, PJ Construction. Number 8, Samarina Construction. Number 9, Magda Construction and Supply Incorporated. Number 10, Muntupar Builders Corporation. Number 11, Brgy Construction. And number 12, Binmore Construction and Supply. May we request the Back Secretariat to please simultaneously process our eligibility requirements through our CWA while we are opening their technical proposal. First bidder for 24FL0098 is Binmore Construction and Supply. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract, signed. List of contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data. For project manager. For project engineer. For provisional project engineer, we have Ken Lloyd Arnoco with attached valid PRCID and with attached report of rating accredited as PPE. For materials engineer, we have Mark Eric and Accorda with attached PRC license and certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability, signed, with attached proof of ownership, omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized, additional technical requirements, affidavit of site inspection, integrity. Next bidder is Buildways Construction and Supply. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractor's organizational chart for the contract. List of key personnel to be assigned to the contract. For project manager. For project engineer. Si Abraham A. Carter. Okay na yun ba? For materials engineer, si Rabahante Cheryl with attached certificate of accreditation as MP1, Safety and Health Officer, Foreman. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract with certification of availability, signed with proof of ownership, omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized, additional technical requirements, affidavit. Brgy Moon Construction. Bid securing declaration. Signed and notarized. Organizational chart for the contract. List of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data. For project manager, valid ID. Project engineer. For provisional project engineer, Timbreza, Jenjan, Benedicto. With attached report of rating, accredited as PPE. Materials engineer is Marlon L. Rayonico with PRCID. With certificate of accreditation as MP1. Foreman, Safety and Health Officer, First Aider. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract. With attached proof of ownership, certificate of availability. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements, affidavit of site inspection, integrity pledge. Magda Construction and Supply, Incorporated. Phil Jeps. Bid securing declaration. Signed and notarized. Contractors organizational chart for the contract. Statement of availability of key personnel. List of contractors, key personnel for the contract. For project manager, Reynaldo B. Magdarao, with attached experience and IDs, certificate of training. For project engineer, Jonathan D. Manacho, with attached report of rating, accredited as PPE with valid ID and training. For materials engineer, we have Jose M. De La Vega III, with affidavit of commitment to work on the contract and certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1 with valid ID. Foreman, Safety and Health Officer, and First Aider. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of affidavit. Signed with attached proof of ownership. Affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, signed and notarized. Secretary certificate valid. Yes, omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Next bidder is Mundopar Builders Corporation. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractors organizational chart for the contract. List of key personnel, contractors' key personnel to be assigned to the contract. Project managers' affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. With qualification data, experience. Project engineer. Project engineer is Carla May J. Fuliente, with attached report of rating, accredited as PPE, and with attached DO-127. with attached valid ID. For materials engineer, we have Frances Noel B. Carvajal, with attached certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1, identification card. Foreman, Safety and Health Officer, Project Manager. List of equipment, owned or leased and or under purchase agreement, pledged to the proposed contract, signed, with attached proof of ownership. List of contractors, minimum material testing equipment units, proposed to the assigned contract, signed, with attached proof of ownership. Affidavit of site inspection, omnibus sworn statement, signed and authorized. Next, we have Alpos, Construction and Supply. Bid securing declaration, signed and authorized. Organizational chart. List of contractors, key personnel. Project manager's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract. For project engineer. For provisional project engineer, we have Bayan A. Santiago with attached report of rating and valid BRC license. For materials engineer, Catherine Shane B.G. with valid ID and certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1. Construction foreman, first aider, safety officer. List of equipment, owned or leased and or under purchase agreement, pledged to the contract, signed. List of minimum material testing equipment, with attached proof of ownership, omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized, additional technical requirements, affidavit of site inspection, integrity. Next is Marina Construction, Philjeps. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Organizational chart. List of key personnel for safety and health officer and first aider. For project manager, for project engineer is Engineer Edu A. Alarba with valid ID and report of rating as accredited as PPE. For materials engineer is Carlo B. Baloloy with attached certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1. Foreman, safety and health officer, first aider. List of contractors, major construction equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. Included na rin po ang kanilang minimum material testing equipment with proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Next is QJ Construction. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Contractors organizational chart for the contract. List of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data. For project manager with valid ID. For project engineer, valid ID. With attached report of rating, si Roylan Conmigo. For materials engineer, we have Gregel Bordeos with certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1 at attached PRC license. Foreman, safety and health officer. Next. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. Signed with attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Affidavit of site inspection, construction methods. Next is AJ422 construction. Bid securing declaration. Signed and notarized. Organizational chart. List of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the contract. Affidavit of commitment to work on the contract by project manager with valid ID. For project engineer, we have Aizon El Susulan with attached report of rating and valid ID. For materials engineer, we have Irene D. Esquilador with certificate of accreditation as materials engineer 1. Foreman's affidavit of commitment to work on the contract, safety and health officer with training. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. Signed. Proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Construction method, additional technical requirements, integrity. Next is Skyla Construction Supply. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Phil Jeffs, Platinum membership, organizational chart, signed. List of contractors, key personnel to be assigned to the contract. For project manager with valid ID, training. For project engineer, with attached valid ID. For si Kyra Bolus Rodriguez, materials engineer. With attached accreditation and identification card. And certificate of accreditation as MP1. Materials engineer, foreman. Di Tanyag. Project managers, Micaela, Prieto. Ano yung attach pa rin? Saan yung attach niya? Project engineer. Si Lilet. Dita niya ito. L-I-L-L-E-T-E Depanyal. With attached accreditation. Certain officer. PRC. Biodata. Work experience. Materials engineering. Skyra. Okay, nabasa ko. Foreman. Safety and Health Officer with training. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. With attached proof of ownership. List of contractors, minimum material testing equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. With attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements. Next is Tangent Construction. Bid securing declaration, signed and notarized. Organizational chart for the contract, signed. Contractors key personnel to be assigned to the contract, signed. For project manager, with valid ID. For project engineer, for provisional project engineer, Daniel Nayaan, with for TRC and report of rating. For materials engineer, we have Gerlan Bumangdang with attached ID and certificate of accreditation. For foreman, first aider, safety officer. List of contractors, major construction and laboratory equipment units to be assigned to the contract, supported by certification of availability. Statement of availability of major construction and laboratory equipment. With attached proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements. Affidavit of site inspection, integrity pledge. Last bidder for 24 FL0098 is ERJY Soto Construction Supply. Bid securing declaration, contractors organizational chart, list of contractors key personnel to be assigned to the contract with their qualification data. Project manager. Materials engineer is Lolito H. Baitan Jr. with PRC ID and certificate of accreditation. For project engineer, we have Ryan Jose M. Ramirez with PRC ID and report of rating. Foreman, safety and health officer. First aider. List of contractors' minimum material testing equipment units to be assigned to the contract supported by certification of availability. Signed. List of laboratory equipment units. Signed. Statement of availability, proof of ownership. Omnibus sworn statement, signed and notarized. Additional technical requirements. Affidavit of site inspection and integrity charge. Mr. Vice Chair, we have finished opening the technical proposal for 24FL0098, and I have here with me the result of their eligibility requirements processed through our CWA, and upon careful evaluation po, Mr. Vice Chair, it was found that all 12 bidders passed their eligibility requirements.
Okay, since all bidder passed the eligibility requirement, proceed to the opening of their financial proposal.
Mr. Vice Chair, let us proceed opening their financial proposal. First bidder for 24FL0098 is Binmore Construction and Supply. Bid for bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 8,251,454 pesos and 12 centavos. With no offer discount. Next bidder is Buildways Construction and Supply. Bid for bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, summary of bid prices, cash flow. Bid amount 8,313,659 pesos and 47 centavos only. With no offer discount. Next bidder is Brgy Construction. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 8,258,285 pesos and 41 centavos. With no offer discount. Next is Magda Construction and Supply. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, and cash flow. Bid amount 8,248,805 pesos and 37 centavos with no offer discount. is Muntopar Builders Corporation. Bid form, summary of bid prices, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 8,246,700 pesos only. 8,246,700 with no offer discount. Next is Elpos Construction and Supply. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 8,253,039 pesos and 12 centavos only, with no offer discount. Samarina Construction. Bid form, bill of quantities, summary of bid prices, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount 8,255,912 pesos and 69 centavos. 85,912 with no offer discount. QJ Construction. Bid form, summary of bid prices, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 8,320,842 pesos and 11 centavos. 842 with no offer discount. Next is AJ422 Construction. Bid form, summary of bid prices, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 8,328,526 pesos and 78 centavos only, with no offer discount. Next is Kaila Construction Supply. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 8,288,770 pesos and 82 centavos. 288,770 with no offer discount. Next is Tangent Construction. Bid form, bill of quantities, detailed estimates, summary of bid prices, summary of unit prices, cash flow. Bid amount is 8,254,624 pesos and 87 centavos with no offer discount. Last bidder for 24 FL0098 is ERJY Soto Construction Supply. Bid 4, summary of bid prices, bill of quantities, summary of unit prices, detailed estimates, and cash flow. The amount is 8,319,825 pesos and 3 centavos. With no offer discount. Mr. Chair, Vice Chair, we have finished opening all the 2 infra projects scheduled for today's meeting.
Reminders that all submitted documents will undergo bid evaluation. The Hope reserves the right to reject any annual bids, declare a failure of bidding, or not award a contract in the situations under Section 41 or in the implementing rules and regulation of Republic Act 9184. And for the compliance under Section 32 of the IRR, the members of the back staff and personnel secretariat and TWG, as well as observers, are prohibited from making or accepting any communication with any bidder regarding the evaluation of their bids until the issuance of the notice of award. However, the Backroad Secretariat may ask in writing the bidder for a clarification of its bid. Other responses to request for clarification shall be made in writing. Okay, is there any question? Okay, since no question and we have no other matters to discuss, this bid opening is now adjourned.